Today on Good Morning Maine, Brewer City leaders are asking for change to the Penobscot County budget, with concerns over its long-term sustainability. Plus, the Maine State Chamber of Commerce hosted their annual awards ceremony to highlight those who have had an impact on economic development. And the CEO for Motive Care responds to local lawmakers' call for Maine DHHS to strip the company's contract for providing transportation to Maine Care patients. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop. Craig Colson is off for the day. We'll have those stories and much more coming up, but just a quick reminder that today is Purple Thursday in support of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So if you have some purple clothes in your closet or some purple accessories, you can wear them in support. Now for a quick check of the weather, it seems like it'll be mostly cloudy today like it has been. So let's turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment. 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory up now until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. Gale warnings also up until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday as well. We're also watching that area low pressure. It's rotating as just off to the east, and that's going to be sending some rain in our direction along with some gusty winds. So it's going to be a little bit messy out there as we do move forward for a little while. You can see the rotation right about in here, and that's what's going to be sending the gusty winds and the rain in our direction. So I'm going to plot this on here. You can see where the system is located, and it's going to be messy out there for a little while yet. So Futurecast moving forward today, it tries to switch a little bit of this over to a tiny bit of snowflakes. I'm not too concerned about that, mainly just rain for us moving forward in time. We'll start to see this backing off later on tonight, but the gusty winds will remain. So the hourly forecast moving forward today, a mostly cloudy sky. Of course, we'll see temperatures only in the 40s today. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. With Penobscot County's budget deadline right around the corner, the Brewer City Council is calling for a change. Our Alex Schley tells us why city leaders say the county's budget isn't sustainable.
Brewer City Council is pushing back against what they call unsustainable county spending. On Tuesday, the Brewer City Council sent a letter to the Penobscot County Commission expressing concerns over the rapid growth of the county's budget. The letter, signed by the mayor and city council, read in part, quote, "Over the last decade, Penobscot County's budget has grown by 88%, and this does not include the jail budget, which grew at an even faster 93%. Mayor Daniels says this growth isn't sustainable.
You have to tighten your belt. You have to really buckle down and figure out, how this is working, because the cities and towns can't keep putting this out constantly. We can't keep upping our taxes because your budget is off."
Daniels points to the aging Penobscot County Jail as being a continuous drain on resources, arguing a new facility is long overdue. Penobscot County Sheriff Troy Morton agrees, saying the way Maine funds its county jails has been a long-standing challenge.
Our process is that the revenues for the county jail are coming almost solely through property tax. And that's something that folks are very cognizant of.
Morton says a new facility would help ease the financial burden on local towns. Those involved acknowledge that even if approved, building a new jail would take time.
We're 3 to 5 years out from building a jail. They have to go out for bond. They have to vote to spend that money, and it has to be approved.
In the meantime, Daniel says the county needs to find places to cut back instead of passing cost onto the towns.
You can't have all of these things. You're going to have to put things aside.
In Penobscot County, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
To Penobscot County budget continues to be finding sufficient funding to move forward with a new Penobscot County jail, while many municipal leaders and stakeholders agree that the new facility is necessary. The issue of how to fully fund it remains unsolved. Sheriff Troy Morton told the county commissioners yesterday that though he doesn't want to make the jail a political issue, it should be something that gubernatorial candidates address.
I hope that during this election process, not to get political on this, but there's an opportunity, no matter what side of the party we're looking at, to speak to these governors or potential governors and talk about taking care of county funding. We can't keep doing what we're doing, go back to the state every year and beg on DOC to help pay for this, but nor should it be solely on the taxpayer.
And what, if any, role did the Department of Health and Human Services play in the case of two family members who were allegedly murdered by their own foster child? That was the question before Maine's Government Oversight Committee as they met with leadership from the Office of Program Evaluation and Government Accountability yesterday. OPEGA Director Peter Schleck responded to questions from the committee and explained the uniqueness of the situation. According to Schleck, the amount of information OPEGA can release after investigating DHHS could be limited by the fact that the person being charged in this case is a juvenile. The committee ultimately voted in favor of OPEGA launching a full investigation into DHHS. Lawmakers say it needs to be determined if DHHS could have done anything to prevent these alleged murders and what can be done to ensure it never happens again.
It looks to me that there were a lot of red flags, and I'm not sure that those red flags were addressed properly, but I can't say yes or no. So I'd like the facts so that we can move forward and make sure that nobody else dies in this state. In situations like this, where it looks like people were told and that a lot of people knew that this young man had some very serious issues. And I really just want to know how much the department knew.
It is unclear as to when OPEGA's investigation can begin, as the criminal prosecution is currently ongoing and involves a minor. A Bangor man charged with murder is now without legal representation, just weeks before his trial was set to begin. In September of 2024, Richard Thorpe was charged with murder in connection with the death of his former girlfriend, Virginia Cookson. Thorpe has been represented by court-appointed attorneys Donald Brown and Matthew Foster. But on Wednesday, Thorpe agreed to seek new counsel after Brown filed a motion to withdraw.
I wasn't the one that requested it, but I just think we have philosophical differences that I think I'd be better represented by Hunter Tavares or somebody else.
Told Thorpe it could take time to find new representation, meaning his December trial date will be postponed. The Maine State Chamber of Commerce hosted their annual awards ceremony and meeting last night. Our Callie Warren was in attendance and has those details.
Really bringing together chamber members, really celebrating the success of leadership.
It's an event to celebrate local commerce and all who make it possible. On Wednesday, hundreds gathered to the Cross Insurance Center for the Maine State Chamber of Commerce's annual awards ceremony, where they recognize those with measurable impacts on local economic development across the state.
There's so much national division, and really, I think this is a celebration that what is it that unites us? It's really the prosperity, communities thriving, and that is local chambers that are really bringing that connectedness back together.
Governor Mills addressed the crowds, remarking on the economic improvements she's helped create during her tenure.
We've been making investments in Maine people to create the conditions, the environment for strong economic growth.
Every year, the statewide chamber bestows a Maine person or group with the Dirigo Award, a prestigious recognition honoring those who show commitment to the state.
It's a great honor and one that I never expected.
Representative Sawin Millett was this year's recipient as he reflects on over 60 years of public service.
Well, I've had 20 years of legislative work, 23 years in the executive branch, and I've moved back and forth between and among 8 governors and 9 legislative sessions. It's been a great learning experience. I've learned to get along with people, and I think we've done some good things.
After anticipation built throughout the evening, the Bangor Region Chamber of Commerce was named the Chamber of the Year for their hard work in the area.
We have a vibrant, exciting economy, and we are a place where people want to continue to live and visit and move to.
In Bangor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news this morning, MotiveCare CEO Heath Sampson is speaking out after local lawmakers last week urged Maine DHHS to strip the company of its contract to supply MaineCare members rides to medical appointments. Our Doug Banks spoke with Sampson and has those details.
MotiveCare is a national healthcare services company providing non-emergency medical transportation. In 2023, the company was awarded a 10-year, $750 million contract to supply MaineCare members rides to medical appointments. And according to CEO Heath Sampson, they also give roughly $30 million out to other small transportation companies to conduct similar services. But its performance in Maine is the subject of ire for certain local lawmakers who claimed MotiveCare's complaint rates have risen, a claim Sampson says isn't true.
We're less than 0.1% of complaints. Now, every interaction, every issue, every complaint matters, so that's important. So I don't want to minimize any individual. But the facts and the data say differently, and definitely when compared to the other brokers.
On Wednesday, October 8th, those lawmakers also called upon Maine DHHS to reissue MotiveCare's MaineCare contract to a new company based on the alleged complaint rate increase, and also because the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy back in August.
It made sense for us to reset that because the load was too heavy to ensure that we're stable. So it really was that decision to relieve a lot of debt that we had, to ensure that we have the right capital and investment and stability.
Sampson says the reasoning behind the company filing for bankruptcy was due to past actions and acquisitions accumulating debt on their balance sheet before Sampson was in charge.
I hope people will start seeing through the political rhetoric and, yes, understand that this bankruptcy is a restructuring and it's voluntary to ensure we are strong into the future, not the opposite.
Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, Central Maine Power Company is defending its request for a rate hike. They filed a 5-year, $1.5 billion spending plan with the Public Utilities Commission back in September. CMP spokesperson says as part of this proposal, the company is seeking approval to hire approximately 400 new full-time Maine-based employees, which includes 200 new line workers. They say Maine is the most forested state in the nation, and tree damage remains the leading cause of power outages for CMP. Under this plan, they will run hundreds of miles of covered tree wire. He says the plan also includes replacing decades-old utility poles, installing additional smart technology, and significant upgrades to substations from York to Penobscot County. Opponents say the proposed rate hike will be too much for customers. And new leadership has taken the helm at Northern Light Health following CEO Tim Dentry's announcement over the summer that he would retire. Dr. R.G. Hudson has assumed the role of president and CEO of Northern Light Health. The system says he brings more than 2 decades of clinical and executive experience to the role and is an accomplished pediatric surgeon as well as an experienced physician executive and CEO. He has also provided medical care internationally, including in Guatemala and Uganda. He says he foresees a bright future for the healthcare system, commenting that following COVID, quote, a lot of health systems are having trouble getting back up on their feet. I think Northern Light has a real opportunity to rise and keep moving forward. The time now is 6:14. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Bangor Floral held their annual Pedal It Forward event yesterday, handing flowers out to people in downtown Bangor. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. Today, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain showers, temperatures in the high 40s. Tonight, mostly cloudy and windy, temperatures in the high 30s. And tomorrow, partly cloudy and windy as well, temperatures right around 57. We'll be right back.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron with the most highlights, reactions, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC 7. Sports Blitz is brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 30 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, where you will find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and get expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
I smoked a pack a day for 45 years. When my doctor suggested lung cancer screening, I wasn't sure I wanted to know the results.
If you're age 55 or older and smoke now or smoked heavily in the past, ask your provider if lung cancer screening is right for you.
When my first screening came up clear, what a relief.
A new test can find it earlier when treatment is more successful.
I quit smoking a few years ago, but I plan on being screened every year.
Group in Dover Foxcroft is already busy trying to make Christmas happier for those who need a little extra help. The Kiwanis Club and RSU 68 staff are planning their annual giving program. In the past 2 years, over 200 students and more than 95 families have been served by this program. It is open to any child under the age of 18 in the RSU 68 school district, including those who are homeschooling. If you'd like to help or make a tax-deductible donation, you can leave a message at 207-270-0536. And people were all smiles in West Market Square in Bangor yesterday. That's because Bangor Floral was there handing out flowers to unsuspecting people on the street. Each person actually got 2 flowers, one to keep and one to give to someone else. The random act of kindness effort is called Pedal It Forward, and it's designed to help people start their day with more smiles and less stress.
I love the people's reactions. I love seeing them smile. I've had people hug me. I've had people start to cry. It's just the best feeling ever.
This is the 4th year Bangor Floral has participated in Pedal It Forward, which was organized by the Society of American Florists. Murray says it is the happiest day of the year. And students around the state celebrated Maine produce with a new tradition they can really sink their teeth into.
3, 2, 1. Happy Father's Day.
According to RSU 22 Nutrition Director Pete Merritt, today was the inaugural Maine Apple Crunch Day from the Department of Education's Child Nutrition Program. Merritt says the day is intended to promote local produce and a healthy diet. Merritt and students agree they'd like to see the day become an annual tradition.
It's super fun that we got to do this, and the apples were sweet.
It was so satisfying to hear a crunch from every room, and even the whole entire school did it, so I think we should continue this and make it a holiday or something like that.
According to Merritt, students across the RSU 22 school system enjoyed McIntosh, Gala, and McCombs apples supplied by Rose Orchard out in Newport. The time now is 6:18. After the break, we'll learn all about different museum displays in New York City with a museum fanatic who's visited over 100. Plus, President Trump confirms he's authorized CIA operations in Venezuela as the government shutdown stretches into its 3rd week. Those stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road, from work trucks to weekend rides. If it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us, because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Once again, the Trotters are back in Bangor, Maine for the fall racing season. Opening day is Wednesday, October the 8th, with a 3 p.m. post time. Saturday, October the 11th at 3 p.m., the 3-year-old Sire Stakes finals will be held at Maine's premier harness track, Bangor Raceway. Racing will continue for the remainder of the fall meet with 3 p.m. post times on Wednesdays and 12 p.m. post times on Saturdays and Sundays. Don't get shut out from all the excitement and fun of harness racing. And remember, we'll see you at the wire.
Welcome back, everyone. There's genuinely no talking in museums, but there is plenty of looking. And it's in New York. It's a feast for the eyes, with one Big Apple being one of the museum's capitals of the world, as one woman is finding that out firsthand. Here's ABC's Danny New.
Sure, we may know about New York's legendary Museum of Natural History as seen in Night at the Museum.
I'm at the Brooklyn Seltzer Museum in East New York.
But did you know the city also has, for example, a museum for seltzer?
There's more than just like the MoMA and the Met and the Guggenheim, all the big ones that we take our friends to when they visit New York.
For the past 4 years, Jane August here has been on a mission to visit the estimated 200 museums you can find tucked into the Big Apple's 5 boroughs.
It's gone way bigger than I ever expected it would be, and now we're here at 143 museums.
It began as a pet project when she was furloughed in the pandemic, and now, more than 1 million likes later, Jane has kind of become social media's NYC Museum ambassador.
They have toys from the 70s, 80s, and beyond.
She's taken folks to lesser-known gems like the Museum of Nostalgia in Queens.
Today I'm at the Red Hook Pinball Museum.
And a newly opened pinball museum in Brooklyn.
It's these two guys who have a passion for restoring vintage pinball machines, and at the point where they want people to see them all.
She's also explored museums on the history of tattoos, lighthouses, Broadway, and even the one inside of the Statue of Liberty. However, when Jane went, she did not accidentally wear the same shade of green.
It's the only place in the city where you can publicly see human bones.
In fact, since we're now officially in spooky season, I must tell you that Jane has even visited a place called the Bone Museum. It has the country's largest display of human spines.
Do they sell bones at the gift shop?
I don't know, they recently opened a whole gift shop since I've gone. I'm at the South Street Seaport Museum.
But 4 years and almost 150 museums in, Jane says now new museums are reaching out to ask her to come visit when they open. So technically, Jane may now need to visit over 200. Not that I hear her complaining.
At this point, all the museums in New York City are my children.
I checked in with Jane today, and she said she just hit museum number 145 with the American Irish Historical Society, but for her last one, she is saving the Metropolitan Museum of Art, also known as the Met, in New York. For ABC News, I'm Danny New.
The time now is 6:23. Let's get a full look at our weather forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small crowd advisory up until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. There it is, and you can barely see it right about in there. We also have a gale warning posted until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday as well. That area low pressure really stirring up the ocean now at around 3 to 6 feet only, but that's only going to get worse as we do move forward in time. Thanks to that area low pressure that's currently located right there, and it's going to be sending some precipitation in our direction today. Only as rain, it tries to get a few snowflakes going with our Futurecast model. I'll show you that in just a little bit, but I'm only concerned with the rainfall that will be moving in for us coming up throughout the daytime period. The bigger picture only showing that system across parts of the Northeast. Everyone else, probably some gusty winds, and that's about it. More activity off towards the west, and currently that's about it. But I'm going to plot the system. You can see that right there, and it's going to be a strong one with the gusty winds stirring up the ocean. High pressure off towards the north, keeping parts of Canada calm at this time. So Futurecast, again, it tries to plot a few snowflakes, and while the north northern parts, not out of the realm of possibility for us. And for most spots, just mainly rain and gusty winds, and that's about it. Now, all this goes away later on tonight. Mainly the rain part will hold on to the clouds and the gusty winds, especially as we head towards your Friday. And it continues as we head towards Friday evening. And even as we head towards your Saturday, even though the clouds start to break up, the gusty winds will remain. And gusty winds for today can reach up to 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times. And the gusty winds remain overnight and even as we head towards parts of your Friday. Any rainfall would be welcomed as drought and even up to extreme drought remains. We'll see a new drought monitor released later on today. Your forecast coming up, mostly cloudy rain showers with highs only in the upper 40s and a north wind gusting up to around 40. Yes, 40 miles per hour at times. Upper 30s tonight, mostly cloudy and windy with that north wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Tomorrow we have upper 50s, partly cloudy and windy with that north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive. Mostly sunny on Saturday with highs in the low 60s and then mid 60s Sunday under a mostly cloudy sky. Rain showers for your Monday with highs in the low 60s.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Time to get clean!
Yes, but that liquid detergent leaves you covered in harsh chemical residue. Not Earth Breeze. Just one sheet gives you a powerful clean.
Switch now at earthbreeze.com.
Starting this morning for 2 mornings, it's Stephen A. and GMA. This morning, Stephen A. Smith's talking football and everything else. Then tomorrow, guess who's co-hosting the second hour of GMA? Yes, it's Stephen A. on
Good Morning America.
Autumn is here. That means winter is just around the corner, and so are higher energy bills. But when Washington tried to cut critical heating assistance to thousands of Mainers, it was Senator Susan Collins who rescued it. A fierce defender of the program, Senator Collins has secured $700 million in funds to help Mainers afford their heating bills, providing essential help for those on fixed incomes. Call, thank Senator Collins, and ask her to keep fighting and winning for Maine.
Davis Brothers Furniture is expanding. At Davis Brothers, we've always strived to stand out from the rest, and we are now proud to offer flooring for your home, featuring both carpeting and luxury vinyl flooring. We even have an installer in-house with over 30 years of experience. Come see the reason people have been traveling from all over the state and beyond to Davis Brothers Furniture in Guilford for decades. Davis Brothers Furniture, deliberately different, delivering statewide.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. This morning, President Trump confirms he's authorized CIA operations in Venezuela, even exploring possible land strikes inside the country. The revelation comes as the government shutdown stretches into its 3rd week. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, the Venezuelan government is denouncing President Trump after he indicated his administration is exploring land strikes inside the South American country.
Are you considering strikes on land?
Well, I don't want to tell you exactly, but we are certainly looking at land now because we've got the sea very well under control.
Trump now acknowledging he's authorized covert CIA action in the country, escalating a campaign against Venezuela's authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro.
No a la guerra!
Maduro lashed back at Trump, saying that he doesn't want the CIA in Venezuela, and what he says is its track record of carrying out coups in Latin America, saying, quote, "How long will CIA coups continue?" It comes after the U.S. carried out its 5th deadly strike on an alleged drug smuggling boat off Venezuela. When the president was asked why he was striking the boats instead of using traditional Coast Guard operations where officers can verify who's on board, Trump claimed the Coast Guard boats weren't fast enough to keep up with drug traffickers.
They have faster boats. Some of these boats are seriously, I mean, they're world-class speedboats, but they're not faster than missiles.
The administration has provided no evidence linking the boats or the 27 people killed so far to smuggling operations, prompting criticism from both sides of the political aisle.
There's lots of people who have been designated terrorists. That does not automatically give the authority to take lethal action.
These boats may not have had any drugs on it. We will never know because they were blown to smithereens.
Meanwhile, the government shutdown is now entering its third week with no insight. Already, more than 4,000 federal workers have lost their jobs during the government shutdown, and the Trump administration says that number will more than double. But a judge has ordered the administration to immediately halt those mass firings. While military troops and the FBI will still get paid, hundreds of thousands of other federal workers, including air traffic controllers, will not. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
With negotiators in the U.S. and Middle East eyeing the second phase of the White House's peace plan between Israel and Hamas, ongoing delays regarding the return of the bodies of remaining deceased hostages still in Gaza are keeping tensions elevated. This as President Donald Trump discusses the efforts to recover those remains. Fox News' Ted Linder reports on the latest.
Vans arriving Wednesday evening at a forensic institute in Tel Aviv, carrying the remains of 2 additional deceased Israeli hostages returned by Hamas. It comes as medical experts there have been working to identify the bodies of other captives recently handed over by the group.
In addition to the identification, tests were made to determine the cause of death, to provide families with full information on their loved ones' final moments.
But as the White House's 20-point peace plan continues being carried out, it's also being put to the test. According to Israeli forensic officials, one of the bodies that was returned Tuesday by Hamas did not belong to any of the deceased hostages.
It's a gruesome process. I almost hate to talk about it, but they're digging. They're actually digging.
And as Israel still waits for the bodies of every remaining deceased hostage, President Donald Trump cites the ongoing process in the Gaza Strip to recover them.
They have to remove rubble, but there are graves, and some are in tunnels that died in tunnels that are way down under the earth.
Hundreds of people, meanwhile, continue paying their respects to the captives who died, as some of the family members of the 20 living hostages who were freed recount their ordeals. The mother of Alon Ohel sharing what helped give him strength.
He talks about how during captivity he saw how the people of Israel fought for him. He saw pictures of strangers he didn't know holding his photo, and it moved him and gave him the strength to survive in captivity.
Ted Linder, Fox News.
Meanwhile, an American developer aids Ukrainians in this time of need. Utah real estate developer Del Loy Hansen has made it his mission since 2022 to spend more than $140 million to build and repair homes across Ukraine. Hansen privately funded the community, which is known as the Hansen Village, which provides housing for around 2,000 Ukrainian evacuees. The community contains paved roads and includes amenities like school, health clinic, swimming pool, and basketball court. Hansen plans to continue funding private and nonprofit projects to help displaced Ukrainians. Meanwhile, in the eastern part of Ukraine, volunteers work to convert old and abandoned buildings into shelters. According to the United Nations, 4.5 million Ukrainians have registered as internally displaced. Coming up on the second half of the newscast, a cold case dating back to the mid-1980s has now been solved after all of these years. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor, and you're home for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Come watch the game with us and have an appetizer combo. See us for game day specials. Fans, food, fun, seasons.
Hi, I need new tires. Perfect timing. Right now, during our tire savings event, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for only $1. Wow, that's a great deal. Right? Can you imagine finding a tire for less?
Sorry, honey. Mama needs a tire.
No, definitely not.
No.
Let's get get you those tires.
Okay.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
Democrats have a 3-part plan for 2026. Win control of Congress, stop Trump's momentum, and completely erase his agenda. If Republicans don't hold the majority, President Trump's historic achievements are at risk. Extending the premium tax credits working families use to pay for health care is how Republicans deliver on the promises that gave them the majority and protect Trump. Senator Collins, protect our premium tax credits and we'll protect the majority and the MAGA agenda.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just 1 block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor, and you're home for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Come watch the game with us and have an appetizer combo. See us for game day specials. Fans, food, fun, seasons.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Let's turn things right back over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment. 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory up now until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. Gale warnings also up until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday as well. We're also watching that area low pressure. It's rotating as just off to the east, and that's going to be sending some rain in our direction along with some gusty winds. So it's going to be a little bit messy out there as we do move forward for a little while. You can see the rotation right about in here, and that's what's going to be sending the gusty winds and the rain in our direction. So I'm going to plot this on here. You can see where the system is located, and it's going to be messy out there for a little while yet. So Futurecast moving forward today, it tries to switch a little bit of this over to a tiny bit of snowflakes. I'm not too concerned about that, mainly just rain for us moving forward in time. We'll start to see this backing off later on tonight, but the gusty winds will remain. So the hourly forecast moving forward today, a mostly cloudy sky. Of course, we'll see temperatures only in the 40s today. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. Now to a break in a cold case dating back to the mid-1980s. A teenager murdered after leaving work. All these years later, police say they've solved the case thanks to a straw from a drink that was thrown in the trash. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujihi.
This morning, investigators on Long Island, New York, say this is the man they've been looking for nearly 41 years. Thanks to DNA technology, 63-year-old Richard Bilodeau is now behind bars.
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Bilodeau. It's 2025, and I got you now.
Investigators say Bilodeau killed 16-year-old Teresa Fusco back in 1984. She just left her job at this roller skating rink and never came home. Her body found a month later. Police say she'd been sexually assaulted, beaten, and strangled. 3 men were arrested for her death, but they'd always insisted they were innocent. And in 2003, DNA technology exonerated them.
I always knew that DNA testing would vindicate me.
Investigators say they never gave up looking for the real killer. And in 2023, a DNA sample from Teresa's body was sent to a lab to build a DNA profile of the killer. Using genetic genealogy, investigators searched for possible relatives of the suspect, which led them to Bilodeau. Last February, when he threw away this smoothie cup, investigators grabbed it and say they found the DNA on that straw was a match to DNA found on Teresa.
100% match. We got the guy.
Teresa's father, grateful.
I only loved her and I miss her. That's all I can say. She lives in my heart, as you can see.
Bilodeau does not have any previous arrests.
Mr. Bilodeau professes his innocence. He pled not guilty today, and we're looking forward for the matter to go through the court system.
Bilodeau denied knowing Teresa Fusco, but apparently told investigators that back in the 80s, people got away with murder. He's due back in court next month. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
Shakira has announced she's planning to close out the year with a special run of 2 concerts in Miami this December. The Hips Don't Lie singer is currently on tour through Latin America after a sold-out North American run earlier this year.
Let's get battle ready.
The K-pop Demon Hunters are returning to the big screen. A sing-along version of the hit animated musical, which debuted on Netflix earlier this year, will play in theaters October 31st through November 2nd. Tickets go on sale this Friday. And speaking of performances, No Doubt is expanding its run of shows at the Sphere in Las Vegas. The band adding 6 additional performances in May due to what they call massive fan demand. This marks No Doubt's first extended tour in 14 years. It's also the 30th anniversary of their hit album, Tragic Kingdom. And he may still be waiting on the world to change, but at least he won't have to wait on that birthday cake anymore. John Mayer turns 48 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Still to come here this morning, Jack Webb with sports. Don't go away.
I am born to do this. It is my true passion. I stare into the dark at night and dream about it. On game day, muscles twitch and my mind races. I live for this. It's my calling. I am an American bucking bull. And this is my sport. The Professional Bull Riders.
PBR Bangor bucks into Cross Insurance Center January 2nd through the 4th. Tickets at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
It's bull time.
Hi, I'm Barry, 3rd generation owner of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear. For over 100 years, we have been a destination for Western saddlery and equine tack. But hold on, partner. We are a store with much more. We are fully stocked with Western apparel and, of course, Western boots for the entire family. For summer concerts, formal events, how about riding horses? Even safety toe work boots. All boots purchased receive a free coating of leather preservative. Cowboy up. Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono.
This holiday, give the gift of peace of mind with a AAA membership. Enjoy exclusive savings on shopping, dining, theme parks, and even travel planning. Plus, 24/7 roadside assistance. Right now, gift a membership for just $35 and get a free household member. We'll even thank you with a $20 Visa gift card. Visit AAA.com/gift or call today. AAA, we're always with you.
We stay on the grind when we in it. We don't need a rest.
Welcome back in, folks. The Maine Black Bears are 2-0 after opening weekend and now must shift their focus to a top-ranked opponent. Our Max Sturm has a story.
The Maine Black Bears scored 2 wins on opening weekend versus the Holy Cross Crusaders at the new Alfond Arena. Both Friday and Saturday's victories were highlighted by young talent stepping up and the team as a whole maintaining good control of the puck.
It's always good when those guys, feel confident there, early on. And, so they were playing the game the right way for the most part. When you work hard, good things tend to happen.
It was important for us to get off to a hot start there out of conference. And, I thought we saw a lot of room to improve, but I thought we kind of responded well, especially considering how the exhibition game went.
Maine faces a new challenge this upcoming weekend as they will take on the number 10 ranked team in the nation, the Quinnipiac Bobcats, in a doubleheader. Both head coach Ben Barr and the team's leaders understand what it takes to beat a recent national champion team and acknowledge the importance of being tested early on in the season.
You got to play a simple game against them and try to just get the puck in their zone. That's usually the hardest part against them, is getting sustained zone time.
I think it's important to kind of have those tests early on in the season, kind of see where you're at and see the areas you need to improve upon, because ultimately if you want to win the national championship, you have to beat a lot of those teams in a row.
The seasoned veterans on this Maine squad are no strangers to facing top competition early on. On the other hand, the newer faces on this team will experience their first matchup with a top 10 opponent on Friday. The message to them from their leaders is simple: play the game the way they know how.
If you're looking to make plays without your feet moving, it's just going to end up in a turnover probably. So just keep your feet moving, have your head up, and make plays.
Obviously, we see the craziest environment here, but they're all cheering for us. So it's definitely a little bit different, but just trying your best to kind of block it out, focus on the game, focus on what you can control, not letting the outside noise kind of dictate how you play.
In Orono, Max Sturm, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Thanks for that, Max. Following the Buffalo Bills loss on Monday night, the Patriots now hold first place in the AFC East. The Pats will travel to Nashville, where they'll take on a team at the bottom of the AFC in the Titans, who just fired their head coach Brian Callahan this week. Mike Vrabel not only knows exactly what it's like to be fired in the NFL, but in Nashville as well, as the Titans let him go just 2 seasons ago. Vrabel actually reached out to his former replacement when he heard the news.
Reached out to Brian Callahan this week.
Is that true? Yeah, sure. Why? Of course I did. I mean, I don't want to see anybody that shares a job with you, get let go. That's not the, that's a tough feeling. There's a human element to this, and that I don't want to forget. I just remember all those coaches or people that reached out after I was let go, and I think that's important, because nobody texts when you lose; they all text when you win.
Vrabel returns to Nashville with a 4-2 football team this weekend, looking to just rub a little extra salt in that wound down in Tennessee. Let's go local again for high school boys soccer. It's the Foxcroft Academy Ponies making the trip to Ellsworth to face the Eagles. Early first half, and the Eagles already holding a 1-0 lead. The Ponies get a free kick, and it's blocked by front Eli Inhouse, who helps clear up the field on the same possession. A penalty was called in the box. So you know what that means. It's PK time for Haven Cadroneo, who boots it in past the Ponies keeper to increase the Eagles' lead. Another free kick for the Ponies. This time it's Eagles keeper Cooper Mitchell flying high in the air to make an incredible save, and then a wild defensive play for the Ponies. The defender gets in front of one shot, and then Alex Schaffberg just barely gets his hand on it. Another shot to hold the score 2-0. Schaffberg then makes a big one-on-one save, but Ellsworth is going to go on to win this one 5-0. Folks, the MLB is deep into the postseason, as both championship series are 2 games in, and a home team hasn't won a game just yet. The Mariners went on the road and took 2 from the Blue Jays after a dramatic 15-inning Game 5 last week against the Guardians, but now held, geez, I'm crow, a 2-0 lead going into the game tonight, 3 in Seattle. The Blue Jays picked up a win with their backs against the wall. Meanwhile, the Dodgers went on the road and took both in Milwaukee, as the Brewers faced an 0-2 deficit, holding LA. Glare on the screen here. This is a disaster. Game 3, Thursday night at 6. I hope you're holding your laughs in as AJ is right behind the camera here. That was pretty hilarious. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break. Thank God, not me.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% APR for 72 months when you finance with GM Financial. Or current qualified lessees can get this Silverado pickup for around $369 a month.
A 4th-generation family-owned business, Hammond Lumber Company is proud of 2 recent continuing traditions. For the 5th year in a row, Hammond was named one of the best places to work in Maine. And for the 3rd consecutive year, Hammond was selected as one of the best companies to work for by Business New Hampshire magazine. Find your opportunity to join the Hammond team at hammondlumber.com. Hammond Lumber Company, always striving to provide the best for their employees and their customers throughout Maine and New Hampshire.
I'm Jim with Lowry Law. A husband and wife called me after they were hit at high speed by a drunk driver. They were both seriously injured, they couldn't work, and they were worried about their medical bills. We put 2 former prosecutors on the case and got them the justice they deserved. A $400,000 settlement they were able to use for their retirement. If you've been hurt by a drunk driver, call me. I'm your go-to guy.
Hurt by a drunk driver? Call the twos.
back, everyone. Well, a new study suggests there is a growing concern among Americans as the use of artificial intelligence continues. Pew Research surveyed people in 25 countries about AI. 8,628 people were polled in the United States. The study found that 50% of Americans say they are concerned about the use of AI. The study found no more than 3 out of 10 adults said that they were excited about AI in all 25 countries that were polled. The study also found that younger participants under the age of 35 were more excited about AI compared to those aged 50 or older. And CVS acquires locations from a former competitor. The pharmacy chain says it purchased the assets of select Rite Aid stores. The purchase covers 63 former Rite Aid and Bartell drugstores in Idaho, Oregon, and Washington, as well as customer prescription files in 15 states. CVS first approved the acquisition in May after Rite Aid filed for bankruptcy. And the sale was finalized about 2 weeks after all Rite Aid stores closed earlier in October. CVS says it has hired more than 3,500 Rite Aid and Bartell drug employees at all of those locations. Now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small crowd advisory up until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. There it is, and you can barely see it right about in there. We also have a gale warning posted until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday as well. That area low pressure really stirring up the ocean now at around 3 to 6 feet only, but that's only going to get worse as we do move forward in time. Thanks to that area low pressure that's currently located right there, and it's going to be sending some precipitation in our direction today. Only as rain, it tries to get a few snowflakes going with our Futurecast model. I'll show you that in just a little bit, but I'm only concerned with the rainfall that will be moving in for us coming up throughout the daytime period. The bigger picture only showing that system across parts of the Northeast. Everyone else, probably some gusty winds, and that's about it. More activity off towards the west, and currently that's about it. But I'm going to plot the system. You can see that right there, and it's going to be a strong one with the gusty winds stirring up the ocean. High pressure off towards the north, keeping parts of Canada calm at this time. So Futurecast, again, it tries to plot a few snowflakes, and while the northern parts not out of the realm of possibility for us, and for most spots just mainly rain and gusty winds, and that's about it. Now all this goes away later on tonight. Mainly the rain part will hold on to the clouds and the gusty winds, especially as we head towards your Friday, and it continues as we head towards Friday evening, and even as we head towards your Saturday. Even though the clouds start to break up, the gusty winds will remain, and gusty winds for today can reach up to 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times, and the gusty winds remain overnight and even as we head towards parts of your Friday. Any rainfall would be welcomed as drought and even up to extreme drought remains. We'll see a new drought monitor released later on today. Your forecast coming up, mostly cloudy rain showers with highs only in the upper 40s and a north wind gusting up to around 40. Yes, 40 miles per hour at times. Upper 30s tonight, mostly cloudy and windy with that north wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Tomorrow we have upper 50s, partly cloudy and windy with that north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive. Mostly sunny on Saturday with highs in the low 60s, and then mid 60s Sunday under a mostly cloudy sky. Rain showers for your Monday with highs in the low 60s.
Looking to power your home or business with efficiency and reliability? At Ideal Energy Solutions, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services, heat pump installation and service, and are an authorized Generac dealer, built to keep you running in any weather. We're proud registered vendors with Efficiency Maine, from residential upgrades to commercial installations. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
You provide it all. There's no challenge you can't take on, because you've already taken on everything. You've gone above and beyond. It feels like you've brought them together. It feels like your home is taken care of. It feels like you're all at the top of your game with high-speed, reliable, no-stress Fidium fiber internet.
It feels like Fidium.
It's coming. Winter will descend. Be ready and save on one of Toyota's 23 snow-conquering all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models during Toyota's all-wheel drive-a-thon. Now, from the longest-lasting brand, you can get 4.75 for $60 on a stylish all-wheel drive RAV4 with comfort and refinement. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Winter is approaching, so save at Toyota's all-wheel drive-a-thon at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Spin the wheel, the letters call, one right guess could win it all. Wheel of Fortune, laughter, fun, weeknights at 7, join everyone. On ABC 7, watch and play, Wheel of Fortune's here each weekday. I'm Rick from Brewer, and I'm a wheel watcher.
We're gonna go now!
The city needs us at our best, even when things are at their worst.
Welcome back, everyone. It's often said that dogs are a man's best friend. Well, yesterday in Belfast, a local artist unveiled a sculpture honoring his own best friend. Gary Cooper's latest sculpture, Man's Best Friend, was on full display yesterday at the Belfast Dog Park after months of work. According to Cooper, the sculpture was inspired by his late dog Newly, who he describes as extra wonderful.
I wanted to make a statement with this about how dogs are universally, to me anyway, the greatest, one of the greatest creatures on the planet. So it was inspiring. I don't know any other way to put it other than it was just one of those things when an artist gets so inspired that you're driven to make it happen.
Cooper says he was planning on doing the project anyway, but decided it would be best suited for right outside of the dog park. The sculpture and those materials were entirely donated to the city of Belfast by Cooper. How nice is that? Well, thank you for joining us. That is all the time we have for this hour. You can stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That will be next on Fox 22. Have a great day, everyone.